handsome traveler. Some folks just never learn.
Walk. Blessed. Good to hear. Where to? Hello.
Madame?
Malfas's blessings.
Walk blessed.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you around here before. Just take a look around and tell. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. blessed.
Madame?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk blessed. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk blessed. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Fuck blessed. Oh, hello. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk blessed. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. What? Blessed.
Madame?
I hope the new turnips come soon.
Now, a good pipe of peace.
Greetings.
Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive?
Walk blessed.
Tips. Just be wary if you're outside city walls. I guess you've noticed as much already. This country.
Madame?
A foreigner, madame.
Just where did I put it?
Yes?
Oh, I have, according to the legends, it comes from the... It is a risky experiment, but at midnight, if you balance the skull on your head for 1 full hour, it might help to reharmonize your aura. It's simple. A couple of days ago, something precious was stolen from me. It was an aura thief. Yes, old beings from past times, aura thieves only have one reason for existence, such as the theft of my potion. Unicorns are fairy tales, you should know that. It was an aura. Yes, it's a real rarity, you see. But it is as potent as it is exquisite. And before you ask, yes, only through the elixir was I able to maintain my youthful beauty. I have a suspicion. Yesterday, when I danced at the river, I'm sure it was the potion who spoke to me, but I'm too old to go exploring. It's an abandoned mine just up the hill that leads to the pass. Go there and find my potion, and I will reward you most generously.
Evening.
Please, sit down.
Under the city. Hello. Deep in the caves, he waits for us, the black guardian. No one who ever caught sight of him lived to tell about it.
Huh? What do you want?
The holy verses are spirits, and you giggle and
My town.
blessed.
Oh, a bit of this and that. The roast rabbit is really good. Take a look for yourself. Safe travels.
Again? Come on, take a seat.
Malfast's blessings.
Well, that's just how he is.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, my dame. The streets aren't safe at this hour. Huh? Can I help you? We always go too easy on this guy. They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Walk west. Some shifts never end.
Walk blessed, my dame. How can Sylvan and... Of course. A wise decision. Of course. Of course. Of course. Walk blessed, and don't forget your money is safe with Sylvan and friends.
Greetings.
We just sit on our asses and hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Can I help you?
We always go too easy on this kind.
My dame.
Good evening.
Hello. How may I be of service?
course. Walk blessed, and don't forget, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. A wise decision. Of course. Walk blessed and
Thank you, Sunchild. You saved a lot of lives today.
Huh?
What? Well, yeah. Let me put it this way. Borrowed items? I'm not sure what you mean. Safe travels.
Relata Shara. Sleeper. Why are you stopping?
Thank you, Sunchild. You saved a lot of lives today.
Hello, handsome.
My ding.
Good pipe of peace, will you? Jesus, what is it?
My dame, please. Oh, thank you. You truly are a good person.
You're not one of the Relata's mercenaries, are you? Word has it they're hiring again. I'd give them a... Yes. Would you like fresh fish? You're not one of the Relata's mercenaries, are you? Word has it they're hiring again.
You're from the surface, aren't you? They say that Taylor Aranthil came back. Let's hope he knows who rules this place as well as the true of it.
You're the better. Trust me, that sissy I'm fighting tonight wields his sword like a soup
From the
ladle.
upper city,
I'd place your money on me.
You got guts walking around with... Come to bets. Talk to Rasha.
What do you want? Ranma Rasha's home for lost kittens. Honestly, if you need to ask, then you sure as fuck don't belong here. Go back to your bathing houses and galleries, sunchild. Ooh, how eloquent. You're from the surface, aren't you? No, don't say anything, I can tell. No cave dweller gets that much sun on his pretty face. So, you want to fight, huh? You're an arcanist, aren't you? That look in your eyes, the constant twitching of your fingers. Oh, I can tell. Well, why not? Been a while since someone threw fireballs through the pit. You do know that we're not doing tumbles down here, right? If you fight well, you can make a lot of... Usually, yeah. Sometimes the loser pleads for mercy, but the crowd doesn't like it. Well, for what it's worth, I don't particularly enjoy seeing some baby-faced boy have his head taken from his shoulders, but these are the rules. And if the stakes weren't as high, everybody would... And frankly, for some people, the pit offers a chance at something they wouldn't find elsewhere. The chance for a better life. Oh sure, sometimes they even come down here and read us quotes from the verses. Jokes aside, I couldn't care less about what the Order does or doesn't. Huh, alright. First of all, you'll need to sign this though. If you can read and write, sign with your name. If not, with a cross. Thank you. And, one more thing. I always found this a bit silly, but the crowd always wants a name they can shout to the ring when you're bashing someone's head in. You know, the fighter, the butcher. Fair enough. If you want, you can dive right into the ring. There'll be a pack fight in a couple of hours. Well, that depends on the bets, so I can't tell you yet. But if you win, yeah. Also called Last Man Standing wins. 3 to 6 fighters in the ring. Dog eat dog. Eager, aren't you? Good. Just go down to the training dummies. I'll call you when we begin.
Mesdames and messieurs, a cordial welcome to the Dust Pit. You know who I am, I know who you are, and above all, I know why you are here today. Because you want to see a fight! Today, there are 4 rookies in the ring, and they all share the same dream, to become the champion of the arena. Oh, can you see them shiver, the sweat glistening on their foreheads? They are afraid, and rightfully so, because they know only one of them will leave the pit on both legs. Mesdames and messieurs, I proudly present Kata Tanner's daughter, called the Storm. Simael Roth, called the Vagabond. And Thomas Shagar, also known as the Derwish. And last but not least, the unknown warrior who is only known by her moniker, the... Death Viper. Now, enough of the words. Fight!
What?
You know the rules, Rasha. If we don't get the money until tomorrow, there will be consequences. So handle it.
But... fine. I'll see what I can do.
Good go. Relata Shera. Well fought.
Ah, you. Well fought. Here's your share. Pardon my language, but none of your fucking business. Well, aren't you a piece of work? Still got blood and dust on your skin and already begging for the next battle. Come by in a couple of days and ask again, will you? I got things to take care of. So long.
Come to bet. Talk to Rasha.
Uh-huh. Yeah? What do you want?
You don't look like you belong here.
Please, just... An obulus, my dame? Oh, thank you. You truly are a good person.
What? That's all you got? Come on. Here.
Here the better. Trust me, that sissy I'm fighting tonight wields his sword like a soup ladle.
You're not one of the Relata's mercenaries, are you? Word has it they're hiring again.
You're from the surface, aren't you?
Not
They say
now.
that Taylor Aranthil came back. Let's hope he knows who rules.
Yes?
Just remember your training. You can do this.
Find some little money.
What?
Now there's a treat for the eye. What do you say, darling? Want to spend some time together?
From the upper city, huh? You got... guts walking around with all that stuff down here.
you've come at the right time. There's a fight soon, and you're the perfect candidate. 2 versus 1. The twins. 2 nasty, hairy beasts of men with even nastier axes. Yeah, I know, the odds are against you, but... Oh yeah. But judging by how you fought, I think you stand a chance. Still, it'll be dangerous. So, bold words. Alright, then go downstairs and warm up. I'll tell you when we're ready.
Mesdames and messieurs, a cordial welcome to the Dust Pit. You know who I am, I know who you are, and above all, I know why you are here today. Because you want to see a fight! Today, 2 familiar faces will fight a rookie who you've already grown to love. The twins against the mysterious warrior only known as the Death Viper. It is a battle to the death, a battle about gold and blood. Now enough of the words. Time to give you what you've all been waiting for. Warriors, fight! Not bad.
come to bet. Talk to Rasha.
Ah, you've come at the right time. The twins. Two now. Oh, yeah. But judging by how you've... Tell me when you're ready to fight.
Should have placed my money near Turner.
Yeah! Yes, bold words. All right, then go downstairs and warm up. I'll tell you.
Mesdames and messieurs, a cordial welcome to the Dust Pit. You know who I am, I know who you are, and above all, I know why you are here today. Because you want to see a fight! Today, two familiar faces will fight a rookie who you've already grown to love. The twins against the mysterious warrior only known as the Death Viper. It is a battle to the death, a battle about gold and blood. Now enough of the words. Time to give you what you've all been waiting for. Warriors, fight! Blistering blades, what a punch!
Remember your training. Do this. Come on.
They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well... Ah, that's hard to tell. Most of the time I was with Narathul's order in the Kabet Mountains. But which idiots did you have the misfortune to be raised by? The foolhardy rebels up north? The bootlicking pawns of the Chancellor in the Middle Realm? Or the fanatic, mask-wearing cultist oafs down south? Ostian, I see. A beautiful piece of earth, actually. But these sodding cultists, and truth be told, it was them who made me join Narathul. I was a young traveling arcanist then, and wanted to make some money in... I had heard a lot about Nerim's south, and imagined a place. But you know who greeted me when I reached the city? Corpses. They burnt their skin off, and then nailed them to crosses. There were at least 50 of them. It was atrocious. The smell of burnt meat everywhere. The screams of those who still lived, and all of it only... Well, that was when I declared war on religion. I was so sick of seeing... And that's not even the worst part. They're beyond reason. Because my God told me to. This is why this place makes me sick. We need the Order's manpower. They need our knowledge about the Piraeans, and we both do want the same thing, yes. But philosophy and freedom of thought are nowhere to be found. It's pathetic. Yes and no. On the one hand, yes, a happy person will most likely never become a murderer, no matter if he or she follows the teachings of this creator or some Quiranian philosopher. But if something happens to this person, hunger, fear, shattered dreams, what is religion after all? It's a guide to live life, a set of values. And even if it's just one line in the Holy Scripture that says, kill the infidels, if you want a justification to spill blood, you will find it. If your religion was ambivalent... there's a lot of discussion about that on Kira, and it drives me mad to hear people prattle. Blazes, if your ideology is so peaceful, why does it say, slayeth this, slayeth that, rather than just... Yes, go on. Try to justify a massacre like the one in Ostian. Respect those around you, and killing is bad regardless of the motives. Good luck. Especially if people don't keep to themselves with it.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Oh, do you really need me to answer that? Just take a look around. There are all sorts of great historical writings on us here, who gloriously defeated us in the Battle of Zaramar. Narathul was locked into an old tower, and have since then terrorized and plotted against the poor people of the civilized world by all means necessary. Oh, and did I forget to mention that we eat babies from... Sorry. I suppose I just shouldn't have read that much Enderalian literature on the subject. If there's someone who deserves... Oh, don't tell Lucy that. Altogether it's her, Yuslan, me, and 2 acolytes. Yuslan is probably the most gifted entropist of the civilized world, and I doubt there's anyone who... Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work. But I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest. Didn't I tell you that already? He's the highly esteemed, holy Grand Master of the Order, Tilor Aranthial, son of Lorius I, praised be his name. An old... Oh yes? Well then listen carefully. Lucy probably hasn't told you, but the ritual was as dangerous for her as it was... Also, she seems to see something special in you. Heck knows why, but she does. He is in the Emporium of the... Ah yes, before I forget. My Dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies? Very well, now get a move on. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Walk blast.
Hello.
It is a suspicion, Tila. And to send an entire division across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find... who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Tila, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Tilor, back then in Kira. And we all know...
The mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about. I am Tilor Aranthial, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster... Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve, among other things. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it. I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthial. He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why. There were circumstances favoring the development, but it's a long story, which we won't discuss now. Good question. Because at the moment, stability is the highest good. Even more so considering the rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny— Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time, the dreams. I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of ignorance. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man-post. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somewhere. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me. Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. He said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others, magically gifted and everyone dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth. Dreams. They come from the same place. They are a shared memory. A collective subconscious. Yes, I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans. 3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end. Yes, dramatically put, they're the envoys of the end. Not identical, but one can split them up into episodes which repeat themselves in the very same manner, into patterns. I see why you would say that, but I felt the same way for a very long time. But there came a moment when we simply could. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The two castes of the Sun Pri... And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the cleansing. They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak. That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly. Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well. Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophetess. It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly. I do not know. Firespark the Mage has told me your story. And even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary, or we simply have not understood the pattern yet. No, as I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end, like pieces on a chessboard. We are determined by our skills. How and to what end we use them is our choice. Yes, former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all, on the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within on the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore, your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us. And it is why I want your help. That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die? Good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test, a trial. It is. Whatever you think about our story, we are the only faction that is strong enough to oppose the cycle. If you want to be part of our mission, you need to have access to our knowledge and resources. There will be voices in the Order speaking against your admission, as they are speaking against the presence of the Naramese mages. Consider it an honor or a necessity. It is up to you. It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds, I have informed them about your arrival. I had a hunch. Let us leave it at that. I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been at the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter. Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better. Said prophetess.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Yes. Why do you ask? They did. What are you getting at? A fair point. But in the future, just be upfront. So, yes, my time in the prison was harsh. The hunger, the degradation, to name the most. Ironically enough, that was the last thing I had expected, you know. From all the suffering there is, it seems so banal. But it isn't. You either find way... For me, it was memories of the time before my incarceration. The prospect of... They reminded me that I was more than this deprived creature I had become in those dungeons. Strange. Everything. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. I had difficulty talking to other people, and whenever I did, it felt as if the others were like wax figures. Like some cruel joke put in front of my eyes in order to mock. Better. Our mission, my responsibility here is... What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman. If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to be right. In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Yes. Why do you ask? Yes. Good question. In their writing, the Pyreans say it has existed for aeons. Since this world exists, since the sea of eventualities exists, so too then does the cycle. It seems to be a part of existence, so to speak. The Pyreans didn't, and neither did the dozen civilizations that came before them. That is what we know. But as for what happened before that, our knowledge about the past is limited. All that matters for now is that the cycle threatens us, and that we have to stop it. That depends on whom you ask. In some writings of the Pyreans, we are referred to as chosen ones. A better word would be chess figures with their own will. Whatever force causes the cycle also gave us powers and a task. But fulfilling that task, no. I do not know. But there are hints. No. Well, that is something else we only know in broad strokes. Yours is to read the echo and help us gain the knowledge we need for victory. How exactly, as I said before, my knowledge about that is limited. But if it helps you, imagine that it is a way of perceiving that which connects. Yes. You know, most people perceive themselves as an entity separate from the rest of the dark corners of our mind. Bridges to which we in a conscious state do not have access to. But you do not. A moment where you knew exactly what another person thought or would do next. People with close blood ties can especially feel that connection. Children are correct. And while most people hardly feel this connection at all, as if looking through a tinted window, to you it is wide open during your visions. Their bodies might be, but the traces they left behind still remain. This is the basic principle of magic. And time is not a straight line. Visions, premonitions, dreams that become reality. These are all leftovers of waves from other eventualities that spill over into our reality. There have always been people able. That depends on whom you ask. In some a better word would be chess figures with their own will. Whatever force causes the cycle also gave us powers and tasks.
And I felt it. Well, seems the Grandmaster is crazy for you. So who am I to question his judgment? My Dame Deluna. And I felt it. Well,
O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must have been, due to its sheer glory, brought forth by Malphus himself. Telor Arenfiel has returned. Yes, you have heard right. The lost heir to the throne.
what? So expensive. Doomville. Huh? Can I help you?
Looking for steel. Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Come again. Looking for steel, I can provide. Looking for steel, I can provide. Looking for steel.